Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. It is finally here. Long requested recipe that you guys has been asking me how to make Jamaican sweet potato pudding in my kitchen. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do it here. Easy and fast and simple, and most of it is sweet potato. If you want to see how I make my sweet potato pudding in my kitchen, fast, easy, simple, and without no stress, well, come on, hold on to my piece of frog tail and ride away. So okay guys, I'm going to walk you through the ingredients and how to make your Jamaican sweet potato. First of all, you're going to need your sweet potato. And this sweet potato right here is 1.5 pounds of sweet potato. You're also going to need a piece of yam. This is yellow yam, and all you need is just a little piece, not a lot. Flour, 1 cup of flour, baking powder, 1/2 cup of cornmeal, 1 teaspoon of butter, 1/2 cup of raisins. And this raisin that I have here, guys, I have it soaked in Jamaican white rum. You need cinnamon powder. You're gonna need a nutmeg, vanilla, salt, and 1.5 pounds of brown sugar. Now you are also going to need coconut cream. If you don't have the fresh coconut, go ahead and grab you a can of coconut cream or coconut milk. This is the GUYZ brand. It does not matter. You don't have to have the GUYZ brand. Any coconut cream or milk is pretty good, and it's equivalent to 2 cups of coconut. So you're definitely going to need this, alright? So let's put all of this together. Okay guys, so we are moving on to our next step. The first thing I'm going to do is add 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of cornmeal. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. It should look like this, guys, when you finish up with this step. So that is what that looks like. So now we're moving to the next step. Before you go any further, you turn on your oven and you make sure your oven is turned on to 180. Alright, we don't want to burn this pudding. We want to make sure that it's kind of steamed, okay? So now also, guys, I'm going to show you how to use the blender. Yes, you could use a blender. If you don't want to go through all that route of using your grater, the blender is going to be perfect for you. Just follow the steps and you should be just fine. In the blender, I have the sweet potato and I have yam. Do is go ahead and put 2 cups of coconut cream in here. 2 cups of coconut cream. And then you go ahead and you cover it up and you blend away. Okay guys, you want to make sure that this thing is nice and smooth. You don't want to blend it with any lumps left in it. Nice and smooth, okay? Just like so. So now let's move on to the next step. Move on to the next step. You have your dry ingredients here, and all you're going to do is go ahead and pour your mixture in here. And remember guys, If you have a fruit processor, you could go ahead and use that. So you mix that all in. Now you want to go ahead and add your brown sugar, and I have a cup and a half of brown sugar there. I'm going to go ahead and add my raisins in, and this is a half a cup of raisin, and I have some Jamaican white rum that I'm soaking it in, so you go ahead and put that in. I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla.
Hold up, look at this banner.
1 tablespoon of butter. Another thing that I want to share with you guys, with the butter, if you want to go ahead and melt it, you can melt it, and then you put it in there. Me, I like to just put my butter in there just like this and let it just melt evenly while the pudding is baking. So anything will work. Okay, I'm gonna add some more butter when it's like almost done. I'm gonna take it out of the oven, and I'm gonna add some butter with a little bit more coconut. Mix up the butter and the coconut milk together and put it on top of it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to move to the next step and let you guys see what that is. So I'll see you back. Okay guys, we're moving to the next step. I want to talk to you about the baking container. This is the one that I'm using. As you can see, I buttered it up really good. Make sure you butter up this thing really good because you don't want it to stick. In the bottom of the baking pan, I have my parchment paper here. I put butter on the bottom of it, and then I put it in there, and then put butter on the top again, and just kind of butter on the top of it, and just kind of push it down, just like that. So that is what your baking container should look like. I have my oven already preheated, okay, and it's preheated to 180, and it's going to be baked for exactly an hour and a half. Within an hour and 10 minutes, I'm going to take it out of the oven, and I'm going to put some melted butter with a little bit of that coconut cream, mix them together and put it on top of it, and then put it back into the oven for another 20 minutes and let it finish baking, so you can have that little custard thing going on the top. But basically, that is what your pudding mix should look like when you get through to this step. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in my oven, and I'll see you back in an hour and 10 minutes. Okay guys, so it's been about an hour and 15 minutes. Exactly. I took it out of the oven, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move on to that next step. Okay? So all you have to do is take that foil paper off, and you can see it's almost done. Halfway. It has that little soft on top, but I even want to make it more jello. So what I'm going to do, I have a little bit, about a teaspoon of melted butter in here, and about a tablespoon of coconut milk. So all I'm going to do is put it on top of here. I'm going to put it back into the oven for another 20 minutes, exactly 20 minutes. And then I'm going to take this out. In 20 minutes or so, it should be done. Okay, so I'll see you back. I'll put this back in the oven, and I'll see you back in 20 minutes. Okay, guys, so it's been an extra 20 minutes where I had it finished baking, and this is what it looks like. It's all done right there. It's still hot, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until it's nice and cool. Then I'm going to go ahead and slice it so you guys can see what it's look like. But this thing came out absolutely nice. You see, when you shake that thing, you have that soft cream on top. That's exactly how you want it to be. So I'm going to let it go ahead and cool, and I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like on the inside. This thing is divine. I'll see you back. So there you have it, guys. It's nice and cool. Well, it's not cool, it's still kind of warm, right? But there, it is perfect, just the way I want it. It has no burn around the sides. It's nice and soft and jello-y on top. So I'm going to cut it so you guys could see how this thing came out so absolutely perfect. exactly how I want it. So there you have it, guys. Nice and yummy. Just the way it should be. Nice and gumptious. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a... From my kitchen to your kitchen. Enjoy! I'm gonna let this cook for a good 30 minutes on medium heat. Cover it up nice and make it simmer. And when it's done simmer, it's time for we eat. So see you back in a few minutes.
So this is in with your foundation, full coverage, you know, like bam. And last but not least, the last thing I tend to go for in my makeup collection is this palette right here. Let me show you what this baby looks like. It has a whole bunch of concealers. I believe it's $10 for this palette.